Welcome back to Hot Topics TV or BrainFLoTv. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's get right into the topic. Bandman Kevo's son, 15 years old, was gunned down in Michigan in Kalamazoo, and he is seeking answers. Anyone with info, please hit him up in the DMs. Let's talk about this for a minute. First thing comes to mind. When I saw the picture, I said, damn, that's his twin. He looks exactly like his daddy. Sadly, a lot of people who are watching these videos, clips, and pictures of this young man, they're saying, damn, he look old as hell. 15? He look like he about 25 years old. Well, that's today's generation for you. I ain't gonna front though. He does look a bit older than his age. He don't look like a 15-year-old. But then again, a lot of 15 years old today, they look like grown people. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's in the food. I don't know if it's, even if you look at like 20, young 20s, they look like they're in their mid 30s. If you look at like a lot of late 20s, early 30s, they look like they're in their mid 40s. That's why the 40s and 50-year-olds are the one that's really looking fly and doing it today. But that's for a whole nother topic on a whole nother video. Back to this one right here. It says that Chicago rapper and influencer Bandman Kevo said that his 15-year-old son was shot and killed in Kalamazoo, Michigan on Sunday. He took to Instagram stories to share a photo of his son with a caption, and the caption that he had on that was "Rest in Power." In a separate story, he appealed to the public for assistance to help him find some information regarding the incident. Who did what? That's what he wants to know. So again, Chicago rapper and influencer Bandman Kevo said that his 15-year-old son was shot and killed in Kalamazoo, Michigan on Sunday. And he took to Instagram stories with a caption on that picture says "Rest in Power." In a separate story, he appealed to the public for some assistance in finding out some information regarding the incident. The 34-year-old rapper also said that he was unable to get a hold of his son's mother. In another story, he urgently requested that anyone in Kalamazoo with information about his son's death to DM him immediately, accompanied by money bag emojis. Those two sentences right there tells me this. He's not that close to his son. He's not that close to his son's mama. Well, you know how that goes. The dynamics of that relationship could be all over the place, right? She's probably so deep in grieving that she is not picking up the phone right now. But from someone who's been through this, when you have children together, that's the first person you want to talk to. When the wife is the one that has the child, or the mother is the one that has the child in her custody, even if the father is away, she's waiting for that phone call from him. He's waiting for that phone call from her. Usually, he's the first person she called, right? Hey, come get your son. He's acting up. If he is being bad. If he is dead or he is in prison, hey, you know, so-and-so happened to your son or our son, and they'll take it from there. For the fact that he can't even get in touch with her, that he is reaching out to social media and telling social media he can't get a hold of her, I hope somebody go do a wellness check on her too, because we don't know if this is a hit and they went after the son and the mama. We don't know if she laying dead somewhere. I hope she surfaces somewhere soon and she is okay. But on the other hand, looking at some of the pictures from his son, I would say that his son is either with the shits or his son is pretending to be with the shits. I'm talking about blickies with rulers. In other words, he has these guns with extended clips. He's throwing up some funny hand sign with fingers. I guess we can call those gang signs. The kid's 15 years old. I don't want to be naive, but I also don't want to accuse somebody's child of being a gang member when he wasn't. His dad is saying, anyone with information, hit me in the DM. And then he put up these money bag emojis. Bandman Kevo is known for being somebody who got a lot of money, right? So basically what he is saying is, I'll pay you for information that leads to some proper stuff when it comes to what happened to my child. Hit me in a DM. I got that money for you. Money is not a problem. We trying to handle this. We trying to get to the bottom of this. That could also mean that whoever did this, I'm going to put a couple bags on your head. Believe that. It's not just gonna, oh, you killed my son and that's the end of that. And the cycle continues, of course. Street beef is street beef. I don't know Bandman Kevo's history. I don't know if he's really from the streets or not. I'm guessing he is, because if he wasn't, Chicago would not let him be the way he is representing Chicago and being a fake and a fraud. You gotta really be coming up out the mud from out there to be representing in the way that he does. Tell you the truth, I don't even know not one Bandman Kevo song. I know this man from having a BBL, plastic surgery. It's the first guy, rapper, black man, that came out publicly and said, yeah, he went and had plastic surgery or BBL done, sucked the fat out of his stomach and out of his chest area so his body could look more defined, so he could, because he was working out a lot but he still wasn't seeing his six-pack coming through. That's what I know him for. And I also know him for talking about investments, right? Putting his money into real estate and diversifying his portfolio and making legal money other ways. I also know him for controversial comments, like he doesn't mind paying for some coochie from a female. There's no shame in it. Yeah, I'll pay a female for some coochie. And I don't want to be in no relationship, right? Relationships are stressful. When you pay a female for her time, she understands the mission, and you understand that you paying for something. She understands that you paying for something, so she break it off like how you pay. And then you go about your separate ways, no drama, no strings attached. So I know him for stuff like that. I don't even know anything about his music. Looking at his son's pictures, though, and hearing what the crowd is saying out here, a lot of people are saying, what is up with all these dudes, man? All these dudes like Gilly, yeah, Gilly and Wallow, Gilly, and then now Bandman Kevo and quite a few others. They have money, or we think they have a lot of money. They have a lot of clout or influence or fame as well. Why is your child still in the trenches? Why is your child still out here throwing up gang signs, dressing in colors, toting gats, guns, putting pictures all over social media that could come back to haunt them? Shouldn't your child be somewhere in a damn Ivy League school or some prep school somewhere, getting some private tutoring? Or shouldn't your child be in some robotics program at somebody's college or university or something? Why is your child out here doing this when you have already gone through the trenches and you understand what that's like, and now you've made better of yourself, only for your child to be repeating what you went through? Shouldn't it be the other way around, that your child should be living a better life? Why are these guys having their kids out here? And it goes like this. A lot of the times, these guys are not with the mothers of these children. And the mothers are the ones that have custody. And a lot of mothers won't give up their child, not because she loved the child so much. It could be in part that she just want to raise her own child, and she don't want the father to have access to the child like that 24/7, have his will and his way, even though the father has become successful. And no matter how much child support he pays or money he gives to assist, she's going to live where she wants to live. And so happens that her son is going to live right there with mommy, right where she wants to live. And then he finds himself in those places, right? If it was up to the dad, because the dads are far removed from these environments. If you check Gilly, I bet you his address, where he lays his head, where he rests, is not in the trenches, and it's not nowhere near where anybody even could just pull up to his apartment or condo or house or whatever he lives in. Same thing for Bandman Kevo. He don't live in no hood. Nobody could just pull up to where he live at. right? He's off in the sticks somewhere, which we think that's where his child should be. But a lot of the times, these men don't have control over that situation. On top of that, not only that, but you have these young people coming of age, and they start to get to the point where they make their own decisions. You understand? And I know in a time gone by, 15-year-old was pretty young. But nowadays, 15 years old is like a grown person. I mean, they act like they're grown people, even though they are not. Several social media users offered their condolences. Damn. Condolences to Bandman Kevo and his family. It's tragic losing loved ones. I couldn't imagine losing one of my sons. Prayers to you and the fam. One person wrote. Another person said, sorry for your loss, bro, and prayers to you and your family. A third person commented and said, prayers up and condolences to you and your family. Being a father of 2 boys now, I couldn't even imagine. Another user expressed absolutely heartbreaking this is to hear. My deepest condolences goes out to Bandman Kevo and his family during this incredibly difficult time. Losing a loved one, especially at such a young age, is truly devastating. Sending thoughts of strength and support your way. Born Kevin Ford, Bandman Kevo released his first single, How We Do It, back in 2012. He has since released several singles, including Who Is That, Baller in Me, and All Foreign. Bandman Kevo has about 3.3 million followers on his Instagram account. I don't know if he bought them followers like how he bought his body, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, sometimes we perceive these people to be people that they're really not. Like, we see them with stacks of money on social media, so we think their net worth is probably like 10, 15, 20 million dollars. And when you actually look it up, they're not even charting. They're people that earn a couple $1,000s, $100,000 a year, basic living kind of stuff, right? Barely above. I could speak because I lived in a certain community in New York City where one of the hottest rappers back in the day lived right on our block. And he had a BMW. All his friends drove Porsches, Mercedes-Benz, and BMWs, but they all lived in the hood on the block in that community in Crown Heights, New York. So, and people outside of that, these guys would pack up and go on tour, and they would give us fist bumps and tell us, yo, see you later, we about to hit the road. And they would go tour, even tour out to Europe and other states in the U.S. And everybody outside of Brooklyn thought that these guys probably lived in a mansion somewhere off in the hills, because they had songs that had regular rotation on MTV, BET, and on the radio back in the day. And guess what? They did not. They lived in an apartment in the hood. So the perception that these guys are rich and wealthy and should be in control and have their children in Ivy League schools or something like that, sometimes is just our perception. At the end of the day, man, it's always rough to lose your child, right? It should be the other way around, as nature intended. Parents should never have to bury their babies, especially at no 15 years old, unless it's some sickness you just had no control over. It should be children growing old enough to gain wisdom from their parents, inherit what their parents had laid down, build on top of the foundation their parents had laid, and lay their parents to rest and carry on, right? But it's not working out that way. Our condolences goes out to Bandman Kevo regardless of whatever the situation is, and I hope that he's able to work this out, get to the bottom of it, and I hope that justice is served. The 15-year-old was gunned down, so it can't be anything that was justified. Then again, on the second hand, like I said before, the pictures I've seen of him tell a whole nother story. I'll catch y'all in another video. It's hottopixxtv at BrainFLoTv. I'm out. Leave your comments in the comment section below and hit that subscribe button. Peace.